Hi, it's Gabby. I'm here in the test kitchen today to have a secret conversation about Chris Morocco. Once again, we're gonna put Chris' super taster abilities to the test. This is Bobby Flay's mac and cheese carbonara. We're challenging Chris to replicate this dish with all the ingredients in just 2 days. He will be able to smell it, touch it, and taste it, but at no point he will be able to see it. So at the end of the second day, I'll come back and I'll be the judge.
Oh God, is this like some weird like Phantom of the Opera shit? It can't be something that's gonna freak out my kids, okay? Ooh, can certainly smell it. It smells intensely cheesy, like sharp cheeses, mac and cheese, like in that world. It's reminiscent of bacon, but there's something so firm and so dense and so salty about it, and also quite porky. There's a lot of it kind of dotted around on the top here. I'm thinking it has to be a cured pork product, something in the realm of like guanciale. There's also kind of a layer of very assertively flavored cheese. Seem to be little bits of pasta, little elbows here. We then have a bechamel-based sauce, maybe started with a base of butter, flour, a roux that's then cooked out and with milk or some combination of dairy products added. I feel like there's got to be some pecorino in here. There's just so much kind of umami and sort of peppery bite to it. One possibility I'm thinking through, that there could be egg in this as well, and that this is some kind of like riff on pasta carbonara. There could also be a softer, more meltable cheese like fontina in here, something that's sharp. The cheese that's on the top of this, I don't know, dairy is my downfall. I'm not guaranteeing you fontina, nor am I really, frankly, guaranteeing you parm for that matter.
You live with that?
Yeah, I can live with that. Make the graphics go away honestly. I would call this carbonara mac and cheese, and I would say it's no idea. I mean, I feel like I know what's happening here. I feel like that's a dangerous situation to be in though. Main elements are elbows. I would be slightly surprised to see guanciale there. Black pepper, gonna go in hard with a bechamel, butter, flour, dairy, and I would be tempted to try just all heavy cream. Pecorino, parm. I'm gonna look for a couple other options like a fontina. Wow, this pen's just like really let me down, man. Yes. Another cheese like Asiago, then egg yolk. So I've got my list. Seems deceptively simple. Could be good, could be bad. I'm gonna head to the supermarket. We've got a lot of important decisions to make about dairy here. It's probably one of my least favorite things to do. Oh God. Oh God. There's literally so much cheese in this supermarket. This is terrible. Just when you think you're done with the cheese section, it continues. What's Danish fontina? Asiago. Everybody's heard of it. Nobody knows what it is. I'm gonna get a couple chunks of pecorino. We're gonna get some parm as well. Do you guys sell guanciale?
Yes, we do, but we're out of it at the moment.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. It's probably all back in the test kitchen, no? You guys probably bought it all. In that case, just a big chunk of pancetta. You think you're so slick, all of you. I forgot to brush my teeth this morning, so this is gonna be my office toothbrush. Dan said he'd buy it for me. I don't have time to go to the drugstore later. All right, so we've got eyes on cream. Eggs, butter, pasta. Oh, for sake, we're on a tight time frame. You wouldn't want to say something? Just like literally just sitting there watching me be a jackass. All right, just got back from the supermarket. I'm gonna start making some blender cheeses. So here is our pecorino, the classic cheese used in a traditional carbonara. Next cheese is Parmesan. Danish fontina. I feel like there's like better things that have come out of Denmark. This is Fontina Valdosta. This is richer, it's nuttier. This is like a higher quality fontina. And then we're gonna crack the code on this here Asiago. I'm calling bullshit on Asiago. So I don't know, here we got our pecorino, textbook carbonara. And you got the parm, which is like so rich, so nutty. And then the fontina maybe to round it out. Let's see, how wrong could we be? So I'm gonna start with the bechamel base, butter, flour. This is a cup and a half of heavy cream. I feel like the pasta was cooked not even like 2 minutes shy of al dente. I just need to thin this out a little bit. I'm throwing in a half a cup of milk. Here's our pecorino. So this is Parmesan. This is fontina, the one that we liked. Throwing in about a quarter cup. Some salt. We can start to see it get that like kind of ropiness, that stretchiness. So this is at 4 minutes. I am gonna run this under some cold water just to stop the cooking. You know what we actually need to be doing is cooking some guanciale. This is pancetta. It's an unsmoked, cured pork belly. Doesn't particularly feel like the right texture here. So this is guanciale. Piggy. Guanciale just has way more personality. Absolutely leaning towards the guanciale there. Gonna cook these off side by side. So you see the amount of fat that came off that guanciale? It seems a little bit weird not to use this fat, but then again, I just don't know that we need it. I don't know, this will be like one of those things where like, oh, well, of course you use the fat and just dump it right into the dish. And then this is pancetta. This pancetta doesn't taste as good. However, it is saltier. I don't like pancetta. Sometimes,
Go on, stick to the gut.
Sometimes pancetta too, it's like miserable.
Yeah.
You know,
Unless you know where it's coming from.
Unless you know where it came from.
It's a sad cow.
It's just a sad
Factory farm cow.
or pig. But
Oh, that's
yeah.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Even if you're wrong, it's right, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I can live with that. I've been going back and forth, but I think I'm still sticking with guanciale here. So I'm just preparing my pan. I don't know that there's necessarily butter in it, but it's just a good policy to add a little bit of fat to your pan. So I'm just folding the pasta in with our sauce. I'm gonna throw some black pepper in there, but I'm not gonna overthink it. Fontina has a little bit of gym locker, and I'm getting a big whiff. The pecorino's not helping, let's be clear. I have not yet put in our egg yolks. I'm gonna put in a couple now. Oh man. I'm gonna put in 2 yolks and see what happens. It's definitely changing the color. I'm not feeling a terrific sense of clarity about the cheese that goes on the top of the dish. I'm gonna do a combination of the two, parm and pecorino. We're just going in hard. And why not a little bit more black pepper? In the oven, 375, because why not? And I'll see you guys in like 30 minutes. I mean, I think we're kind of there. Okay, we're calling it. I do wonder if like maybe we had baked it closer to the top, if we would have gotten a little bit more browning. The texture of the cheese on top hasn't formed those kind of like stretchy tendrils of cheese that I had tasted in the original dish. This looks like like mac and cheese, but with something else going on. And to that end, that seems correct. Like this is giving me mac and cheese, but it's not quite delivering perhaps on the promise of, you know, kind of like carbonara mac and cheese, which is what I believe it to be. Let's check in on our nugs of guanciale. Feel good about that. Ingredients, I'll say 80%. Taste, look, honestly, I'd say like we're at 75%. The technique, I'll go back up to 85. Appearance, 88. So that basically averages me out to an 82. I've got one more chance to try the original dish before I really have to make some tough decisions. And I guess we'll just see how it goes tomorrow. We're watching the Top Gun 2 trailer, the newer one.
Okay. It has to be the yeah.
Well, now we're going to flip it.
Okay.
Why are you watching this?
Because Top Gun's probably the greatest film of all time, and they took an extra year so that Tom Cruise could learn to fly a MiG for this, so I think maybe he deserves our attention. Okay. That we live in a world that is so cruel that we have to wait until June to see that movie. I just don't know that I can take it.
It's okay. It's going to be here before you know it.
Is it, though?
It will.
Mike, can you hear this? One of the more interesting things about this dish is just how sharp and distinctive the aroma is. You get that salty, peppery, funky cheesiness. I feel like if it were broiled, there would be more of a defined top kind of crunchy layer, and I don't really get that right now. Now I'm like having guanciale doubts. I suppose you could have like a reasonably high quality pancetta. You get such an intensity of flavor that it almost reads as though it were kind of like a red chili pepper. You know, in bechamel, often I'll put like a pinch of cayenne in there.
I like the mask.
Thank you. Hold that thought. I think I just got a piece of parsley that was buried down in the dish itself. It just isn't following the carbonara rules. Could there be some like cheddar or something that's just kind of like a little bit milder, but like kind of nutty and still with a sharpness? Yeah, I don't know.
There's a big piece of something on your middle finger.
This one, Dan?
Oh my God.
So I've got version 2 about to come right up here.
Come on, stick to the gut.
I'm doing it for you, Brad. So just a tiny bit of olive oil just to get the guanciale started. While the guanciale is cooking, I'm gonna work on my sauce here. Now we've got our butter. So we're gonna go down to 1 tablespoon of flour. Just had a little too much thickness yesterday. So heavy cream's going in. I'm gonna go with a little bit more today, using a little bit of milk to thin out the sauce. I said yesterday that I wanted more pecorino, and I'm putting in more pecorino. Parmesan, using just a touch less than yesterday. Getting there. Salt, I'm gonna put in a pinch of cayenne, and I'm gonna give a generous amount of black pepper. The cheddar, honestly, I could go either way. I feel like it's 50-50. So imagine you have carbonara mac and cheese, but some, genius has put parsley in it. So clearly they're not playing by the carbonara rules.
No.
Whose rules are they playing by? Do you add cheddar just for the sake of it? For the sake of, okay, well maybe if we're in the world of mac and cheese.
Maybe.
Okay, this is a tricky one. Right now, I'm saying no. No fontina, no cheddar. All right, pasta is in for about 4.5 minutes here. I'm gonna stir it around, gonna taste it, season it. I feel like we still need more pecorino. Carbonara and parsley are 2 very different things. Mac and cheese and parsley are 2 very different things. I just don't think you need it. I don't think you want it. And yet, here we are. This time I'm doing 3 yolks instead of 2. Definitely noticing some more sauciness. I'm gonna push some down in. So for the cheese on top, really, honestly, I've got nothing here. This is some pecorino, and I think I'm gonna do a little parm as well. So this is gonna go in a 325 oven. It's been 20 minutes. We're getting some, gentle bubbling. This is it, version 2. I feel like we've got like a good blend of kind of saucy, creamy. I feel like I just want a little bit more from the cheese. Call it cheddar regret. Call it the ghost of what might have been. I like the pepperiness. I like the heat. I think the cayenne helped just kind of bring everything together and amplify all the elements we have here. It tastes good. And it almost tastes like too good. There's still a little bit of a gap, between this dish and the original dish, but I'm just not sure how to account for the difference. For ingredients, I'd say I'm maybe at 80. Taste, I think we went from 75 to an 82. 85. Technique, I'm going back down to an 81. There's something about the texture on top that's bugging me. I still feel good about appearance, holding firm at 88. We're gonna call that an 84 overall. I have one more chance to get this right before I serve it to Gabby. Last chance, coming right up. I still feeling good about guanciale. Now we've got our butter going in, start our base with a sauce. Gonna go with a mix of cream and milk. I just want to balance the fact that the cheddar is going to make it a little bit tighter. So I've got half cup of pecorino, Reggiano Parmigiano. Let's talk about cheddar. So here we have 2 cheddar options. Oh, maybe I'll throw a little bit of this in there. Seems a little bit milder. So in's gonna come the cheddar. Once this goes in, can't come back. You can't unring the bell. What? So the cheeses are in there, but flavor has not come out yet because nothing is seasoned. So we need to kick this up a notch. Sorry, Emerald. Where's my peppermill? Remember that video where he's just walking around the office sprinkling salt on people? Right. That was the best thing we've ever done.
That was a good one. Oh my God, he was
so
going
good.
around bamming people.
Bam! Bam!
Damn, that was a good one. I forgot about that.
Bam! So I've got salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper.
Shabam!
In the immortal words of Tupac, only God can judge me, man. Just don't tell Gabby how many yolks I put in, okay? Can we just leave it that? Some of our guanciale. So I ended up going with a blend of parm and pecorino on the top. It's bubbling all the way through. Still wish I had a little bit more color on it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get inside this thing. But that's it. Version 3, done, in the bag.
If you had a guess, who made this recipe?
Tom Cruise. Here
Hi,
we go.
How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, just okay.
I want to present you Bobby Flay's mac and cheese carbonara.
Ah, Bobby. He does have some melty cheese bullshit on top. Is that pancetta?
Yes.
Bobby's not following the rules here. I don't know.
It's a little bit out there, I have to be saying. I read it and I was like, what?
I'm also just struck by like how blonde it is.
Yes. You have more color. I mean, looking at the top, you've been more generous with the bacon or whatever situation.
So. I used guanciale. I went back and forth, and
It's rutabaga all over again.
it's not. This is not rutabaga all over again. That is not what this is.
Why not taste Bobby Flay's first?
Okay.
Just to refresh your memory. Oh, it smells so good.
Is there garlic in here?
He adds garlic into the fat.
Into the fat, and is he using the fat from the pancetta?
Yeah.
You know, I questioned it. I just felt like it was overkill, and I was concerned about adding too much fat to this mixture.
Right. All right. Going for it. Oh. I really like yours better. Not.
No points
I'm not
for being
saying
better,
this because
Gab.
you're here, but how many cheeses you got in there?
I have pecorino parmesan, and I ended up going with sort of like a mild cheddar.
He also had a second cheddar and a Asiago. And no pecorino.
No pecorino?
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's not a carbonara.
And that's what the is.
Yeah, I think I just was sort of locked in the carbonara paradigm a little
Right.
bit too much and tried to interpret it a little bit too literally. I can live with
Taste
the
again.
wrong dairy, I mean, whatever, the blend of cheeses, but just missing, just the overall balance. That's what kind of dogs me.
All right, for ingredients, I'm going to give you 86.
Okay.
Happy with that?
After I cry for a few minutes in the walk-in, I'll be all right.
For technique, I want to give you 95. Your technique is correct. You did the right way. You just use a different type of fat.
Sure.
The next one is taste.
Yeah.
And I was told it has to be how close you got to these.
Yeah.
No, how
It's okay.
good this
It's okay.
is.
You don't have to butter
So
me up.
I know, but I want to. The extra fat. Here. It's like, in taste, I'm gonna give you 78.
Okay.
You get that sharpness, but from the wrong.
Wrong ingredients.
Yes,
Yeah.
ingredients. Appearance. You are a far cry from this one, but I love yours. You're missing the parsley.
It's inside.
It's inside.
It's inside.
All right. 82?
Okay.
82.
Can live with it.
You got a total of 85.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Gab.
Until
Appreciate
next
it.
time.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I feel drained. I feel spent. I just the cheeses. I just feel like with cheeses in a blend like this, you're just guessing. And anybody who says otherwise is crazy. It's going to take me a little bit to kind of recover from this. I don't want to get a trophy every day. I want to get better. I want to learn more, I want to fly faster than I've ever flown before. I'm just not going to be happy unless I'm going Mach 2 with my hair on fire. And that's a fact,